Welcome, I'm Bill Wake. We're working on a set of tools for dulcimer players, and lately we've been working on a chord chart for hammered dulcimer players. And our focus today is displaying the factors, which we're drawing as little circles and rectangles and triangles and squares. So factors are the kind of notes of a chord, the first, third, fifth, seventh. That's the music term for those. Okay, I just ran tests. I filled in this, but I didn't quite finish. This is the hammered dulcimer board. I've got the notes. The MIDI numbers are not right. So I'll have to do some work there. But let's run the app. And I did fix what was up in the key. Let's see if I can find that. Our little symbol key. I just created a minimal class, but I don't know what went wrong the other day. I tried to put the padding on the outside. Maybe that was the problem. That it didn't like it when I did it. Yeah, it doesn't like that. So I could put the padding on the collar of this, but it is what we kind of thought. It's do this text and then foreground style into a different color, and use plus to connect them all, and it was fine. So you'll see that in a moment. Yeah, so I could get the colors for that. That was one last thing we worked on. All right, so interesting. The divider goes all the way up. I'm not sure I like that. But this fills in a full-size board. So let's see, 1, 2, well, let's go this way. 3, 6, 9, 12, 15. So I guess this is a 15-14, except now it's a 15-2. And I do want to put the words bass and treble under there too. So maybe we'll start with that. I think our bridge right now, let's see, go back to layout. Yeah, the bridge doesn't know its name, so I think we'll have to add that. However, it's I don't know. These things are this thing is just a bare data holder at this point, so I'm not thinking we need to do much. I don't want to write a test for that. I added a field, okay. But this is name is treble. That's kind of useful, and this one's the name is bass. And I don't know if we put any tests in on that. Now, getting this onto the layout may be a little trickier. We have the divider. We don't want the divider going through it. Symbol key. 1 HD board. I guess that's where we gotta focus. Okay. Okay, the text is the chord name. Okay, and then I guess it's layout view. All right, yeah. So for each bridge, do a bridge layout. And I guess here we'll do text bridge $0 dot name. All right, let's see how that looks. I can probably tweak that font down a little. Well, not so good. Like downright bad. Huh. Okay, what went wrong? This is an H stack. Okay, that's what's the problem. Okay, we'll get there eventually. All right, a V stack alignment. We got the left sides. H stack. I guess I'm going to put this in a V stack. Now, let's see if Xcode is going to help me today. I should be able to say embed in stack or something like that. And they just don't seem to have that feature anymore. It's a thing that drives me nuts with Xcode. It's like you can never tell. Same with refactoring stuff. Like sometimes you'll get extract a variable and sometimes you won't. And, all right, but I'm going to embed it. I'm going to do vstack. Find the bottom. Okay. Well, that's bridge layout. Maybe I'm not going to do it here. Let's go back to HStack. Let's make this the vstack. Contextual type for closure argument. Oh, fine. Bridge. I always forget that. When you put an extra level of nesting in, then it can't get to the variable, the $0 inside 2 layers. Now that's more like it. Okay. Now I don't know why that one doesn't look very centered. That one looks pretty good. Oh, it's centered. I don't have any. It's centered over from here to here, but there's nothing on this side. I think that's okay. It'll look okay when it gets full up, I think. All right, but I can use a little smaller font. I don't know the difference between caption and call out and footnote. Well, let's try caption. Need to have the canvas open. Oh. Huh, how bizarre. I mean, okay. Well, that's not bad. Most people who use this are going to know which is which, and they won't have a question in their mind about it. Now the spacing before and after seems a little high to me, but I don't know how to get that. All right, I won't worry about that just yet. Okay. The next thing, okay, let's claim that. Add name of bridge to drawing. So this white marker is bugging me with the line through it. I don't know if I feel like I should be able to do something about that. Unfortunately, the rectangle, it just doesn't do it. They just don't seem to have a form for it. They did have a couple weird ones on the bottom here. Yeah, something like that. But I don't really care for that. I guess I could probably take this one and set its foreground. I think, is this the one we're using, or we're using this one? It's funny because they call it a white square, but like it's gray here because it's on a gray background. It's really a transparent square. To get a solid one, I'm gonna have to do this and then tweak the foreground color. Yeah. Well. Okay, or this. Maybe that's okay. Whoops. Where's my... He's a little stumpy, but let's try him. What's his number? Plus 25 AE. All right, so that must be on bridge view, bridge layout. Okay. So this is text of this plus let's see if we can do it this way. Text of that or text of this plus text of that. One more print, yes. Okay, well there's a space I don't really want, I think. Let's take these out too while we're here. String interpolation can only appear inside a string literal. Oh, yeah. Okay, pair as marker. Let's break this up a little bit. Whoops. Okay, and then this, I forget, can I copy this? Oh yeah. Copy. All right. Okay. Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, I don't think I can. I don't know if I were to put a padding on it. I mean, a border on it, maybe. But I need him solid, and the one we looked at is not solid, unfortunately. This one, I think that's what we had in there. It's funny they just have these little short ones, but the horizontal one we get a full size. Like the black rectangle isn't the same size as the white rectangle. Like I don't know what these people are thinking. You know, if you want to provide these, make them useful. Okay. Did it run? Okay. Well, that's different. It's a little less. It did bring it in a hair horizontally, but I don't know. That doesn't call much attention to itself. All right, let's try the padding thing and see if it or the border. I don't think I can get it to touch the dashed lines, which is what I'd really like. Well, an alternative is I could come back and do some sort of overlay on it or something, but I don't know. I'm afraid it's going to screw up the sizes of things too, and we'll see. Eventually, apparently. But I might be better off doing this thing graphically anyway. You know. Um, why is it stuck here? Yeah, I thought. Okay. Um, let's extract this into a method. It's actually text. Set the background color in the original square box. Um, well, what would you set it to though? Oh, if you use this one, well, either of these two, right? It's clear here. Oh, you think maybe you put a background color might fill it. That's true. All right, let's see if we can. Oh, we're stuck again. Text and underscore. Um. Oh, I didn't pass the argument I wanted. A Boolean. So with binary operator plus cannot be applied to two text operands. That's flat out wrong. I'm going to put it back. And this is going to call draw marker pair data has marker plus that. And this is just going to be really. Yeah, I know it has no effect. Something else is wrong. Oh, this is some view now because I put the foreground style on it. That's causing the problem. Ugh. Yeah, you're right. Let's revert this thing. Okay, so the problem is, so this So it went nuts when I added the foreground color because that turns it from text into a view, and you can't say text plus view. Uh, um, and the foreground color has to go in the box. Can you set the background color in the original square box? Hmm. Now I don't know if you do a horizontal stack and you don't put spacers in, right? It should put them pretty close, but it seems to leave a little gap. Um, can I find? Yeah, this. I just don't know. Might be able to wrap the box in a view. Set the background color on that. Yeah, I mean, I think I can set the background color on that text, um, but I lose the ability to make it seem like it's one text string. That's the part that's throwing the compiler off too, I think. He isn't really a text, right? He's really, because the way Swift UI works, like text dot background style whatever is now turns into a sum view, and if you got its actual type, it would be like background style wrapper of text, and nothing nothing converts that to a text because it's no longer a text. It's a um, basically background style is going to take a view and ignore the text aspect of it and not return the same type. A wrapping view with a frame of min width. Oh, okay, that's true. That's true. Um, yeah, let's try that. So, I'll make an H stack. And we'll do kind of minimal change here and see if we can. Okay, and I want to take that out. Okay, and then well, min width. Do you think that will help? I mean, min width of 0 is sort of implicit in drawing anything. But let's see if we can find a. Um, oh, I can put something on the H stack, right? Yeah, let's see. H stack. Spacing. Okay. Yeah, I think the default behavior is it puts a little spacing between these things, and probably my complaint on um, the names being a little far from the string lines is probably the same. I can do the same thing on the H stack. I just didn't think of it. It's like, I'd say if you're doing this all the time, but I mean, I'm in here programming all the time, but apparently it's not sinking in fast enough. Okay, so I think we're back where we were, but in a better position to change things. And I do notice, like, there's a little tiny space between this side of the dash and that side of the dash, but there's none on this side. Like, I don't know. I think it's a natural thing for M dashes that sort of happens sometimes. If you put a whole line of them in Word, you get the same problem. All right, but I think that gives us, this doesn't have to be himself anymore. Let's make this the if pair has marker, do this, else do that. And then let's try the background. Okay. The pairs marker, draw this with the background style of white. All right. Yeah, let's see if that blanks out that. It gets rid of the transparency. No. Okay, but that means the other way will probably kind of work. Square. Now, I'm not sure which a rectangle to go for. I mean, the one we did kind of corresponds to that black square. Well, I guess that's a starting point. Foreground style white. Okay, let's see what that looks like. Even here, you can tell it doesn't. That square doesn't take up the whole space. You know. Oh, how do you change the fill color? I don't know. Right. Okay. Well, that's yeah. Let's try the border on it. I think I can make it a half if I want to, but dot black with 1. Yeah, the white just wasn't enough contrast to that super light pink we have that's our background. Well, he's trying. Let me try that other rectangle. I don't mind if I have to draw to get it, but we've been avoiding it so far. Did I grab the wrong one? Yes. Oh, good. Oh, he looks clunky. All right, we'll run that one. And then I'll try this Japanese whatever thing at the bottom. Huh. These ones that probably have what we want aren't showing. Does he copy? Medium white square, heavy white square. No. Okay. That's even worse. Let's combine them. But this thing, can I do a rectangle? Maybe I should just do an inline rectangle and see what happens. He's stuck. Oh, there he goes. Okay. I was going to try a space next, but I bet I could put a rectangle. Give it a size. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, in a way, it's wasting time, but like this visual tweaking is going to have to get done regardless whether I do it now. I just feel the urge to push forward on the chord stuff and not go too long on this. All right. Yeah, let's try a rectangle. I don't think the background style matters. Like that. I think I can, yeah, just give him a frame. He's not going to be very big. Width 8, height 12. The size I just made up, I have no idea. And I don't think that's... Oh, still building. Okay. I think it should mess up differently than that. The frame go before. I don't know that matters. Okay, now we're getting there. That I can work with. Let's make him... Oh, he's screwing this up. So is he too tall? He's throwing off the size of those things. I'm not sure it matters on the frame. We'll try it the other way and see. The 1 pixel border seems fine to me though. Now maybe the Z stack. I don't know if he's gonna. If everybody's centered across him, it might work to make a Z stack. No, he's still messing up. He's pushing down, but I can't believe. I mean, that height is not enough to matter. Okay, let's see. I may go back to the other for now. I really do want to try and get these factor things done today. So we'll put that square back in. Oh, I was going to try that one more. Let's try that other black square button. Okay. And I guess I don't need to say this. Interesting, he doesn't have a white. He's got a gray. But I think that'll still contrast enough. Oh, I don't need the border either. I think as long as I had the border, the padding, sorry, the frame before the border, that was the part that really counts. Because as to whether the border's inside or outside the view it's framing. Okay. I can live with it. It's a little overpowering. I don't know, maybe that solid square with the white worked better. At least just as a temporary thing. Let's try that again. Oh, I think the border doesn't quite work. Okay. 2 more runs. Now, I guess I haven't been watching John Reed closely enough. Can I instantiate a view in the test even if I don't do anything with the view itself? If I don't ever call the body, because I think I want to have a little view helper function that decides whether it's a circle, square, triangle, or whatever. And it's, well, I don't know. It really is just a map. Maybe that's overkill. Okay. This long pause for no reason though. Yeah, the border doesn't help. Well, it helps a little. Maybe this is enough for now. Yeah, I think we'll live with this for now, and I will take a note to improve that look. Okay. Okay. Yeah, the real thing I'm setting out to do today. Let's see. So, well, what we have from our layout is we have the MIDI. Well, we have this notation that tells us what note. So C is 12 um, well, C is, if you go back all the way to the bottom of the MIDI chart, C is 0. And so if it's divisible by 12, it's 0. So that C, 2 steps higher is D, 1 step lower is B. And so we did not add a clipping rectangle somewhere. Oh, that's a good idea. Let me put that on. Yeah. Okay. So we can get from this note HD is what the bridge knows. We can get to the bass note of that, like 0 through 12, and that matches up to our note name stuff. So these numbers are in that same kind of mode of things. All right, now I'm gonna fix these real quick. E D C B 83, down 2 is 81, down 2 is 79, down 1 is 78. Oops. Down 2 is 76. I don't think of myself as a person who has to look at the keyboard, but apparently that's not right. So 73 is 72 would be divisible by 12, so that fits. 71. 69 and 67. 68. Okay. Yeah. All right. Oh, my other idea was a Z stack. Okay. Focus. All right. So I think we can, given the note number, we can get to the bass note, and if we got to have something that works out what the chords are, but I think we have everything we need. So we know what chord we're working on in here. We've got the scale chord. So let's look at scale chord. Can't you just go there? Okay, so he knows the name of the chord and the offset. So the offset is the half step. So if it's C, it's 0, and if it's D, it's 2, and so on. And he knows what kind of chord we're looking for. We're looking for a major chord or a minor chord. So I think given those, we can compute. If we make a note out of this and ask chord quality, like how many steps do you want, this stuff, we could map these to the sum, and then we've got the notes that are in this chord. And given those notes, then we go back and we say, all right, here's your map of note. What's it going to be? Is it going to be note to type? Something like that. Okay, but if we had a map that was note to type, note to factor, and the factor is either root, third, or fifth, or seventh, we can generate those notes, and then the drawing thing can look at them and say, hey, here's an F sharp 5. Its note number is 79. Translate that to a note name and tell me which kind of factor you have. And if you don't have any, then you're we're not going to muck with you. We're just going to draw a dash. Okay. All right. So the question is, I guess this needs to live on our chord chart MD. This guy. Okay, so we want to ask him, all right, given the scale chord, I want to know, I want a map from note name to factor. Factor question mark. Okay. So a chord chart HD. All right. So those factors given chord, scale chord. Okay, and we'll take our default layout. We're gonna make a scale chord equals, okay, that's key of D. Let's do name G7. No, A7. The offset is, well, C is 12, B is 11, A is 2 notes lower is 9. And what's the other one? Quality. Dominant 7. Okay. So I want to say set dot factors for scale chord equals something. And I think he's going to be a map of note name to root to factor. Okay, so note name A goes to dot root. Well, let's pull this out. Excuse me. Sorry. C sharp. Okay, so if you ask for an A7 chord, I think he starts on note 9. Dominant 7, he should be this. Okay, so we need factors. It takes a scale chord. Make sure this builds. Now, I'm not sure the chord chart is where it has to be. I don't think we need the layout to do this. Yeah, we don't care about the layout. Okay, let's okay, let me take that out of here. Let's go to here. Let's try that test again. Okay, what's the matter? Oh, I put this on the wrong thing. Let's try scale chord. Okay. Well, that tells me my test is in the wrong file too. Okay, let's see if he fails, and then we'll move him. Now, I don't think we have a scale chord test yet because that thing's been a data bag till now. Okay, an honest failure. Yep. Okay, let's move this test. this build time to run tests, like, I'm not good when it gets so big. I don't appreciate it. All right. Yeah. Okay. I think we're on the same thing now. Okay. So the scale chord knows the quality. Quality dot factors. No, it's not factors. It's something else. Let's get this over here too. Okay, chord quality dot pattern. Factor to int. Okay. Well, I guess we need the factors too. Pattern dot keys. Oh, that's more like all factors. So we got a particular chord quality. We got those numbers. Okay. So we're going to map. All right. Let's make sure the type of this should be an array. Okay, factor to element. I'm not sure what element is in the dictionary. Is it a... No. I wish I could turn that thing off. All right. He's going to be one entry. Well, basically, he's going to be the entry for this. So, pattern. Oh, so keys. Oh, keys gives me those things. Okay, okay. Quality dot factors. Okay, so if we take the quality, we get the factors root, third, fifth, and then we're going to map them to something. All right, so we got to map them to offset. Well, let's let base equal note name of offset. We're trying to return something like this. Well, let's let. I don't even know what this thing is yet. All right. So we're going to take the keys, root, third, fifth. We're going to map them to base plus quality dot factors sub $0. Okay. Script requires range to conform to range expression. Sorry, quality dot factors. Maybe I just have to put a bang on there. We know we're getting ones from the list of valid ones. Oh. Quality dot factors. What are your array of factor? Okay. All right. So quality. Oh, not factors dot pattern. $0 gives me an int. I hope. Okay. So I'm mapping each factor into an int. Well, I think I need to get $0. And that. So I'm going to return a pair that's those things, and then I need to put that into a dictionary. I don't know if there's a constructor that takes the pair. Let's see what we got. Maybe I can turn them into elements or something. We'll see. Init, unique keys with value, grouping from the key value pairs in the given sequence. Okay, that's what we want. Unique keys with values. Factors to notes. Conflicting arguments to German or P. Key factor versus note name. Oh, I gotta flip the order. Because when you're looking it up, you're going to have a note. And you want to say, is this thing get a circle? Does it get a triangle or whatever? So this way. All right. Well, that seems to add up. We'll see how that does. Yeah. So, I mean, we're going to walk down the board, and as kind of right in that place in the bridge layout or whatever it was where we put the little squares, I'm going to say the first character, instead of being a dash, it could be a circle, square, triangle, or whatever. So those will take the place of that first dash or last dash. Okay, if it works. Okay, good. Now I saw something else while I was here. Chord turn. Oh, where was that? That's the view. No, scale. Oh, this one? No. I thought I saw some dead code, but I don't know. Okay, so now I think it's a view question. And is it layout view? bridge layout. Oh, let's see. We're green, so let's put this where it belongs. Okay. So yeah, this goes back to this. I think I'm going to substitute our color, our symbols there or here. All right. So, well, let's split it out a little bit. Same thing here. Okay, so now this is the marker for the left side. We don't have, we're going to have the chord, scale chord come in. Okay, so let's see where we are. I think we've done enough for one check-in. I should have checked in before this. Make sure this all builds. Well, what I want to do is define a function that, given the scale chord and the has the quality. So given the scale chord that we're drawing for this bridge, for this bridge in particular, does it have, we're going to take the note from the pair and then look it up in our table. And if we don't find it, we return a dash. And if we do, we return the right shape. Okay. Good. Compute the notes of a scale chord and move bridge layout to its own file. Okay. So the problem is this function is really a view function. It just happens that we're drawing them with characters from, the way we've chosen to do it. But I don't know. Let's try and create that test and see what happens. Oops. Because I don't really need to draw it. I mean, I'm not trying to display the view. I'm just trying to test a function that I want to put on it. Okay. And really, I want a parameterized test, but let's get one test in first. Okay, so a bridge layout, nose shape for factors. Well, it's really for any note. Okay, we'll start very simple. Okay. Except I have to create a bazillion things for a bridge layout, don't I? Just a bridge. Okay, we can do that. And a note. I don't want the layout value. All right. Bridge. And what's this one? Where's note coming from? I see bridge. Cannot find type. Yeah, extra argument. Right. Thanks for suggesting it, though. All right, bridge, test, and the pairs are note pair. Well, well, let's put them all in there. Half steps. A is 9. Name is A. One is C sharp. We'll fix the sharp later. And we don't care about this. Okay, and then E is, if C is 0, D is 2, E is 4. And G is 7. And D is 2. And F is 5. I'm a little random. Maybe I should sort them, but so I'm trying to get A, C sharp, E, G, so I have the notes that are in the chord, so we can test each factor, and then a couple that aren't in the chord, so we can check them. Okay. A lot of setup. All right, but I think I can. Okay, so I think I'm going to say expect set dot factor of let's get the bridge out to its own thing. Bridge. Okay. His factor for is it a note? Yeah, maybe it's not factor, it's like shape. Bridge layout. Let me get the right dash. This by its test. Okay, let's test the current behavior, and then we'll generalize. Okay. Bridge layout has no member shape. Okay, that's actually progress. Okay, so function shape of a note of note HD should return a string shape of note HD. .46. Let's do a clean. Bridge layout has no member shape. Bridge layout. Sut is a bridge layout, and he does have a shape. Is he trying? Oh, he's still rebuilding. Okay, well. Tell you what, it's close to break time. Let's just take our break and give that a couple minutes to get back into normal. And see you in 3 or 4 minutes, and we'll try it then. Welcome back. All right. The test did run. It did fail. Expectation failed, but we get this. Now, I think there's a way. Okay, that's minor. Do I just declare this as main actor? Will that do it? I mean, I don't really need any calling main actor isolated. I don't know. We'll see. It should fail the test, though. Are you still complaining? I can't tell. I think he is. Where's John when you need him? He would know the answer off the top of his head. I could have sworn you could declare this. Okay. Let's do a little search here. Call time. That's the kind of answer I want. How to fix this? Oh, that's the question, I guess. Oh, I could do that. So what did he say? Main actor dot assume isolated. Main actor go outside the struct. I thought you could use it at any level, but let's try it. Let me do a clear on this. And try again. He's not going to let me off the hook. Call to a main actor isolated instance method in a synchronous non-isolated context. I mean, I'm happy to have the error message because it's legit. An expansion macro here calls to instance shape from outside its actor context. Okay, maybe I should ask my question in a more positive way. Swift UI call, how about test a view without instantiating it? Yeah, I don't want to use view inspector. All these helpful non-answers. Okay. They're answering something. Testable code using Swift UI. Well, let's look for non-isolated. No. Test function on a view object. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want to do that. I'm running slow enough already. Ugh. Okay. In a synchronous, non-isolated context. I mean, I probably could pull this out into some little helper thing, but it just seems obnoxiously simple to need it. And it is the view that wants to know. I mean, or, well, another alternative would be let's give it to factor. It's pushing in stuff. Tests have to be run single threaded. Well, I'm willing to do it if I can find out how. Is it like, do you think task of main kind of thing, or Well, I don't know. Yeah, I would have thought so. Oh, I don't know. Can you put it in here? Okay, let's. Their complaint was test. Whoa, the complaint went away. Call to main actor. Synchronous non-isolated context. Yeah, I don't really. I need more background on that, I guess. I'm not sure the difference of isolation. Actor methods are isolated by default, but not marked so. You compare this to methods that are internal by default and not marked. Okay. Isolated. So, I mean, is that saying call this non-isolated? I mean, he's a pure function, so I don't know that he cares. Let's do a build. Yeah. I don't know what I'm promising with non-isolated, though. Can you add the factors to the bridge instead? Well, yeah. So, I mean, my problem is I'm my problem is philosophical more than where it could be, because um, what my interpretation of this. Let me put it. Let me fix it first. Um, the decision about how to draw a symbol for a factor is really a view decision. Like the mountain dulcimer one, we drew an actual circle object, and in this one we're drawing a circle string. You know, a little character basically, and that decision about how to draw it is up to the view. You know, that this for this view, I thought it might be worth trying the simpler approach of using strings. Um, so so it's like the choice of character is really a view decision. So I feel like that should be in a view file. But I mean, I could put it in factor. It's just a string. It's very testable in there, and I'd be saying, "Hey, factor, what character best corresponds to you?" And he says, "I'm a root. I want a circle." All right. Well, I think we survived. Hopefully, I can call that thing when I want to in the real code. Um, let's define. Now I'm going to define. Okay. No. What am I going to do? I'm going to fix this to match what I want, and then we'll define a function that's really a formatting function. Okay. So the note HD. Do I really want the note? Well, okay, for what it is now, this is always the right answer. Um, let's let's fill out the test with the rest of them. Okay, so where's my sharp sign? Do I have a? C sharp is 1. Okay, this test should still pass. What I'm saying is my current state is I'm just drawing a dash for everybody. I'm not trying to draw different characters for each one. Okay, and that's true for the moment. And I think I'll check it in like this and see. I just don't know if I'll be able to call the non-isolated function from the bridge layout, which is what counts. Okay. Yeah. So add test to document current behavior of using the same shape for every type of factor. Nope. Is that still in? Did he still? Oh, he still doesn't like it. Okay. I mean, excuse me. It doesn't really. It's ignoring it. The letter only counts. I'm not sure. Well, this could say C sharp 4 or whatever, but he's not looking at this bridge. I'm just calling it with these notes. So again, I mean, I think this is where it's like the pressure of this. It's telling me like you don't look at this bridge. What's the point, right? So I mean, right there, that's telling me I'm not putting this in the right place. Um, and I'm not calling this anyway, but um, let's just go the factor way and I'm gonna pull this out too. Chord chart HD refactor extract file. Okay. So my well, I mean this is wimpy, um but this does the job. Well, actually I don't even need that. I can just root goes to circle third dot third to triangle fifth to square and seventh to diamond. And we probably could have even just defined them to be those things, but I don't. Enums may not contain stored properties. Okay, fine. Okay. So, I mean, I consider this pretty minimal data kind of thing, but let's put the characters in then. Okay, so this is these alt codes again. I think we use this for the square. Here's the fifth. And triangle. Okay. So let's go back to chord. No. Scale chord. Well, this is really notes to factors. Okay. And then, honestly, I think this would be better as string at this point. Factor shapes. And then we're going to go, that gives us the $0 is the factor. Thought I renamed you. Okay. All right, now who calls this? Is it just the test? Yeah. Wait a minute. He calls it. That wasn't very good searching. In project. I don't know. Okay. If I go here, does it go there? Yes. All right. So nobody was calling that yet. All right. So let's go back to bridge layout. Okay. So that's got that. A bridge layout. Well, this is more. I guess that the chart. Let's take this out. Let's take this test. Give it to scale chord. Well, actually, they don't even need that. Getting rid of this. Okay, now these, they should be strings. And then those strings should correspond to the characters I just pasted all over the place, wherever factor went. Okay, let's see if that is correct. I think I'll rename that to factor shapes. But this should pass, I hope. Yeah, good. Well, you were just supposed to rename him a minute ago, so. Okay, good. All right. I'll do one last test. Okay, so I think we're closer now. I mean, it was good exploration, I guess, but definitely taught me I need to learn something about non-isolated and isolated if I'm going to keep up with the Swift 6 changes. All right, so what this says is if you know the scale chord, I can give you the factor shapes for those note names. Now, I think it would actually be helpful if you just gave me the ones for everything, but we don't have a factor for none. So we'll think about that. But now the scale chord, this is the current chord. Our bridge doesn't know it because it never worried about that stuff before. So we need to pass in the scale chord. All right, and then his caller. I don't know who. One of the layouts, layout views, bridge layout is calling. No, well, he'll tell me in a moment. Okay, that's the one. All right. And he doesn't know it either, so let's pass it through. I don't. You could put it in the environment, but we'll just pass it. Now the caller of layout view, is that the... Oh. But you're not the only caller. Okay, he knows the scale chord. All right. Okay, because he prints out the name for that chord. All right. So that should build and run. All right, and then bridge layout. Oh. Bridge layout needs to do something with it. And that's what he can do here. He can ask the factors. Well, he probably still needs a function. And actually, I think we could probably just pass the result of factor shapes into this thing. He can have this. Layout. Okay, that built. Yeah. So let's pass factor shapes. It's going to be note name to string. Right. So what came out of there? Factor shapes note name to string. And then his caller, well, okay. Bridge layout's caller is 1HD board. Okay, so we'll pass that in. Oh, wait. Layout view. This is his caller. Okay, so now Bridge Layout has the information he needs to do this line and the corresponding other line. Okay, so I'm going to make him return some view, and I'm going to make him take a note name. Okay. Well, make sure I got the right dash. All right. So this thing should be able to do shape for note name. I'm forgetting what pair looks like. Left is a note HD. Okay. All right. Note HD question mark. Okay. Okay, and this can be shape for pair.right. Okay, that should still run the same. Well. Okay, so I think he's still looking the same. All right, now this function. Okay, well, if the thing is nil, so if let note equal note, else return this, and then if guard. And otherwise, let's return we got the note HD, note dot base. Okay, gives us a note name. All right, so now if factor shapes, well, let's just return this. Return factor shapes of note dot base. No. If it's is nil, then return text of this again. Okay. And then otherwise it's not nil, and then we're going to return text of factor shapes of note.base. Cannot convert type int to note. Oh, this has got to be a note name. So I hope I get these shapes, but not the colors. And that's why I broke it out to the separate line, is it's going to need this. Oh, yeah. Yay. Okay. So E major, well, not quite yay. He appears to say C, E, G is an E major chord. Okay. And what else we got? C, G, E, G, E, E. It's kind of right. I mean, if I was asking for a C major chord, we'd be all set. I think maybe we're not taking the key into account somewhere. Because in the scale of C, that would be right. The next one would be D, D, F, A. Yeah, we've lost the key. Okay. All right, let's fix the color, and then we'll track down that lost key. Okay. This is foreground style of color dot chord chart dot finger. Okay, is what we used for that. All right, let's make sure that's all right. And we know key came in. Chord chart HD view has it. Did he pass it down? Yeah, that I can live with for a look. I might almost want to make these strings brown to kind of match the others. And I don't know, a little bigger font wouldn't hurt, but it's not bad. Okay. All right. Well, let's take this for now. Um, make chord chart use shapes. All right, so this thing knows the key. Now, where's scale chord coming from? For each scale quality. Yeah, I think that's where it goes off. He doesn't take the key into account. And those are... Well, I mean, these could be mapped, but... Is that the only caller? Well, we're adding it here. Yeah, so it defaulted to 0. I mean, it's writing these correctly when you show which key chord is which. So E major, F sharp minor, those are correct. G sharp minor, in the key of E, but the offsets that got it to know that it should start with E major is in here. It's this line with the plus. So he looked at the key and got the offset, but I don't think he's... Well, I mean, this same calculation has to happen for these. Let's see. So, yeah, so we do scale quality dot scale chords. Oh, wait a minute. That's what I was just looking at. Right. So these chords. Okay, where are we mapping that? Well, I guess one HD board must be doing it. Let's see what he says. Chord name for scale chord. Yeah, he asked the chart, what text do I draw? And then he proceeds to tell the chord here. To the layout view. That's helpful. And layout view wants to do the bridge view. And he wants to know the factor shapes. He's looking at scale chord. Okay, scale chord is the current chord. I'm fading out today. Okay, we're close though. I can feel it. He knows the chord. I don't think it depends on the layout. So I mean, the layout is really just the knowledge of these notes and what it knows what note they are and what name they have. But the scale chord. All right, let's go layout view. The bridge layout, he asks for factor shapes. And that does that. But maybe this offset. Matches the note name for the offset. Yeah, so I think we're getting the right quality. GCE is major, DFA is minor, you got to ignore the F sharp minor. In the key of C, DFA is minor. E would be minor, EGB, major, FAC. Yeah, so he's got the right qualities coming in, but the bass. Well, I thought that would be the offset, the chord offset. The bass is the offset for the chord. So why? So you are giving me like the E major chord. We're saying I want the shapes for E, I think. Let's break here and make sure that's true. Okay, so I guess I'm gonna change this and then change it back. Okay, continue. I don't know how many times I have to go through this. Is it everything? Okay, and now I'm going to change it back to E. All right, and let's see what self is. The one chord. Excuse me, but the key is gone. Okay, so the one chord is 0, needs offset, right? But we need more. We need to know the key. Maybe factor shapes gives that answer, because we got to know the one chord, yes, would be, 0, 4, 7, I think. So CEG for C, but yeah, this thing is giving us the 1, 2, 3 Roman numerals. So factor shapes needs to know the key. All right. So he doesn't have it. I mean, I guess the color of layout view is that 1HD board. Okay, he doesn't know it. Yeah, I mean, this is clearly, the information's not getting there because we don't tell layout. 1HD board does not know the key. Okay, now scale chords. Yeah. So, the name. Wait, for each scale chord in this one HD board. He's got the chord name for scale chord. Oh, Chart's doing that. Okay. Because we told Chart the key. Okay. Well, I mean, maybe this is saying we want Chart to come down, but I was wondering if Chart is even pulling his weight. He's really pretty minimal. And that's chord name, but the real thing is this calculation has to happen again. So scale chords. Okay, one HD board has the information. But layout view, I think he's got a... All right, so let's go back to Chart. Chart knows the layout, the key, and the quality. So he's got the information from the main view. The scale chord comes in because he's the current chord 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 we're drawing. Okay. But okay. I think scale chord. I think he should be like scale chord of key of whatever it is. I mean, maybe we asked chart.factors or something like that. I mean, that's not impossible. I guess I got to go from the bridge view, bridge layout. What does he want? Well, note name to string. He wants these to just be the stuff. All right. So factor shapes comes into bridge layout from layout view. All right. I think this should pass factor shapes. I think factor shapes should come in. Okay. It's not note, it's note name to string. Okay, so if the layout view, the layout is the all the bridges, so it's the kind of the whole thing. Okay, so he gives factor shapes. Now his collar is going to be messed up, so we got to find him. So layout wants factor shapes. just to show something. All right, and then layout view is called by 1HD board. And he has the chart. Okay, so factor shapes. Right now we're doing scale chord dot factor shapes. Okay, let's make sure that hangs together. Okay, but I want to change this to chart dot factor shapes and then let it take into account the key and the other whatever else it needs. And we're just checking that it doesn't break at this point, I guess. It should have successfully found the factor shapes we expect. Okay, yeah, so that's all right. All right. So now pushing it back. All right, so I would like this one to be chart dot factor shapes for scale chord. Okay. All right, so let's do that. Okay, so where's a chord chart HD? Okay, this. And we expect that sut dot factor shapes for scale chord of A is a square. I'm just picking one note and I trust that if that one's right, then the rest is going to be right, because it'll be, if it'll get A will be a dash. Well, he'll be nil right now. Okay, yeah. So, all right, and we need scale chord. Maybe I should do a different chord. Default C string encoding. Yeah. Okay, let's do the 5. Let's take the major 5 chord. Okay, and then the 5 chord is in the key of D. The 5 chord is A, so E is the 5th. A, C sharp, E. Okay, I don't know why he's not complaining more. Okay, that's what I expect him to complain. All right, so this takes a chord shape. Factor shapes for chord shape. That starts to feel like it's going to be a type when it's around here so much. All right, let's return nothing. Chord chart AD has HD has no. Oh, factor shapes is the word I should have used. No. Cannot convert value of scale chord to expected type chord shape. Oh. Does the scale chord offset needs to be something other than 0 for V? Oh, yeah, you're right. Okay, what's the matter? Nil? Cannot convert value of scale chord to expected type chord shape. Why are you still back there? Cannot value of string to expected argument type note name. Oh, that's fine. Yeah. So V is 7. C sharp. Well, yeah. C sharp D. C sharp D. D sharp E. F sharp G is 8. Am I counting that right? Let's go to scale chord. Who's the one who knows all those? I want that table. This table. Okay. 5 7 offset 7. Okay. 0. 2 is D. 3 is E. F plus 2 is 7. Okay. Yes. Thought that 8 sounded wrong. Okay. 7. That seems good. That seems good. Now, okay. And equals is not going to matter. All right, let's try that. And that should fail because he's just returning an empty map. So the function returns the map that we look up to see about the value. Okay. He gets a nil. All right. So now this thing, that should be... Scale chord. Well, where's our view that he makes that decision? Is it layout view? No. Chord chart view? Yeah, I want this to be chart dot factor shapes. Whoops. Put it. Okay, we'll implement it this way for now. Okay. And then HD board. Well, okay. Let me go back. Chord chart. I think that's our new expectation, but as of now, it's going to be nil. Okay, so he's got scale chord dot factor shapes is the right thing. Let's make sure that passes, and then I'll update this. Okay, I'll run that. Okay, still there, still wrong. All right, now to fix it. Chord chart HD. Okay, so let's put this test in now. We know that test fails, so I'm just gonna skip running it. Scale chord dot factor shapes. I think we got to give him a base. I mean, he's got the offset from the due to the scale degree, but he doesn't have the offset based on the key. So let's make this a function. Factor shapes of. I think it's going to be key half steps of int. Okay. Okay, so he calls factor shapes of note name of key dot position. All right, and then back to this one. Okay, so he's got that, and this should be plus key half steps. Well, let's pass key as a note name, and then we can say key dot plus offset, I think. Okay, so chord chart is going to call note name of key and let it do the arithmetic in there. Okay. You know, somebody's not calling the right thing, I think. At least maybe a test. Now, why would that all of a sudden... Notes factor shapes given a scale chord. Oh, I have to give him a key now. Let's do note name of C. Good. And let's make sure this takes it into account now. I think we'll adjust this test in a minute. B, E, and where's it? G sharp down here. Okay, there aren't a lot of G sharps in the key of E for this thing. Okay, but this is good. This is really good. Here's B, E, B, E, B, E, G sharp, B, E, G sharp. We don't have any G sharps other than this over here and just this one down here. So we are getting a E major key. All right, this one, A, F sharp, yeah, and should be some C sharps, yeah. F sharp, A, C sharp, F sharp, A. Okay, let's go down and just... I thought that was better about getting the whole box the other day. C sharp minor, C sharp, E, G. C sharp, E, E, G sharp. Oh, yeah, yeah. C sharp, E, G sharp, right. Okay. Yeah, I think we're there. All right. Well, I do want to fix, I do want to modify this chord. So let me do that. I think we can do that fairly quickly. So he's A7. He's offset 9. But he's A7 is the 5th of a D chord. So let's do this. Is that going to be right? Yeah, that should still be right. I think. Although I'm puzzled now. D. How can it be right both ways? Something's off. Okay. He got D. Maybe the chord? I think I have the wrong... something. So... square, circle, triangle. Well, I guess the real thing is position 11 versus position 9. So he's off 2 steps because D is higher than C by 2 steps. So I don't know if I've got the right. Let's make sure how this looks. And these chords looked right though, right? E major came up with an E major chord. F sharp minor with a minor chord and so on. That's good. Okay. And nobody else is calling this except the stuff we just looked at. Okay. So if the key is note name, we got to take the key plus the offset. So the 5 chord, the offset was 7. Let me make sure here. Okay, offset 9 for A. We said G was 7, so A is 9. That part seems right. So we want the chord... Oh, no, that's not right. That should be 7. Because the scale chord is really that. Right? Let's find scale chord. I think we had the list down here. Yeah, scale chord is normally this. His offset is 7 because in the key of C, position 7 is right. Okay, does that fix it? Okay, good. All right. Well, we've got a few things to do yet, but not a lot. I think we'll be mostly visual on Monday. The getting this brown line, fixing these little squares, deciding if the spacing is right and the sizes are right. Maybe filling this back in as well. But this is very close. I am having a simulator issue scrolling. I'm not sure why it's bouncing down again. But it does seem to go to them when I ask it to. Okay. And yeah. So I think we'll pick up there on Monday. I'm not sure how the rest of the week is going to go. At some point, I'm thinking I'm going to switch my times to more of a just more mornings my time, so a few hours earlier, and not necessarily every day. I'm still working out schedule and stuff, so we'll see what it is. I'll mention it again on Monday, but Monday 2 to 4:30 and 7 Eastern time, or 7 to 9:30 p.m. UTC. I'm not sure when it is, but I think it's a couple weeks into March. We switch daylight savings time, so something will go a little wonky too. So thanks for joining today, and hope to see you in the future. Take care. Have a good weekend. Bye-bye.